We have always lurked among you.
Hello, all. Sorry about being just a few minutes, or, a little bit late. Uh, it was a quick start again. The boy got me helping with math, and then the cat decided she was gonna try to be all over me, and I lost my little puff thing on my microphone, so then I had to swirl all around to find it. But welcome in. We are starting on bag 5. We had made our pigsty. Sorry. Cat got everything all weird. We did our pigsty, and then we had worked on part of the main building, and we wound up with we had worked on this. Well, thank you for the subscription, Crazy. And we got to the point. Okay, I think this is what I was working on. Trying to get it. There we go. So when you twist this, he goes up inside the flue. For 14 months. It hardly seems like I've been streaming long enough for that to be true. But I greatly appreciate it. So we watch Harry go up in the flue. So I'm going to keep these kind of out of the way for now because I'm not sure with what we're building next where like it connects. So this will give us lots of room for you guys to see what I'm doing. And I'm gonna have to end at 2:30 today as well because my daughter messaged me that her D&D is canceled for today, so she won't have that after school. But such is the life. You know, we do's what we got to do. Make sure I started my closed captioning. I did. Okay. I'll figure it all out eventually. Yeah, she knew that it was kind of weird. She knew that I guess somebody else needed the library today, so they were just going to do a craft instead of D&D, but I guess now they're not even doing that. So they were going to paint minifigures in the teacher's classroom, but I guess something came up. You know, that's life. Things come up. And we want this here. Let's see. Little dot wants to turn sideways. There we go. That's right, you know? Crap happens, and we move on. Okay. Let's see. We want pegs in these holes. She's not missing out on too much because, like I said, they weren't actually gonna play D&D today. So. Ooh, we got a ladybug. It really sounds like Kitty has got something. And normally I would stop and check what it is, but it takes far too much time / energy to crutch around to the other side and see what she's up to. We want to put the green. And the ladybug. Oh, yep. I brought them up. Oh, they've got an update. So give me a second while they update. It usually doesn't take long to update. So. I brought it up because I was kind of hurrying to get everything up and going because I lost track while helping him with math. So I was trying to get everything up and going pretty fast. Which I did, but then I didn't actually look at Stream Raiders. It's just one of those days. I feel like this month is going to be one of those months, so. Oop, finish. Now reopen. Okay, just gotta give it a second to, load all the way. Okay, none of those other pieces are in there. Okay. Let's go to that. Says our final tier was 24. Leave the event because I knew today we would be starting over fresh, so I'm not terribly worried about it, right? Insurance, just placing units in battle. Let's do. Oh, the whatever they were, they're gone. They've taken them away, so it's just back to release for now. But that is alright. As long as the kitty leaves my Lego alone, which I highly doubt it. She's probably got a Lego piece. Yeah, the talismans, that's what they were calling them. Ah. There we go. There you go. Okay. So I had the dots. I'm gonna call them flower pots because I don't know. I don't know what they're supposed to be, in the thing quite yet. Oh, I guess kind of like mushrooms? Kind of like a little mushroom. I would almost say lights, but they're too small. A wild timpole. Okay, now we're gonna bring back this bigger piece. And it wants to clicky clicky right there. Oh, there we go. So it's like a little bit more of the entryway. Okay, let's try to go back a little bit. Sorry. I feel like I'm constantly going to be changing camera angle in this build, but I don't know how else to do it. Just to make sure I put that right. Yep. And then I'm gonna just move it a little bit so we have workspace. 2, 3, 4, 2. Temple escaped. Nobody got it. Okay, so we're gonna do this. Put on this piece. So we're going to make 2 of these. Click on, there we go. So we have 2 of these now. And let's scroll down a little bit. It wants us to put them... I just want to make sure I put them, you know, the right direction. Dang it. I feel like something else is not right. Because now it's not going back in that... Oh, there we go. I just had to get underneath the thing right. Note to self, don't press so hard. There we go. And now we're going to make a door. So... window. Oh, I guess it is this way. So there's our doorway, and of course, our door is going to have to be wiggled in there. There we go. There we go. And so we have our little door. Clip this to keep everything kind of together.
Evie!
Welcome in! Steel, I almost said my own name. I'm reading it, and I almost said my own name. Welcome in, Steel. What am I hurrying? Top 5 Mafia books. That requires me to remember titles. And my Mafia books are like, he bought her to repay her father's debt, and now he's going to keep her chained in a cage and do unspeakable things to her. And she's going to get a little Stockholm syndrome because she's going to like the naughty, naughty things he does to her. And then he takes her to the family's kink club, and she becomes his... Oh, I don't read any mid-level Mafia. They're all super smutty. Like the one I read not long ago was he actually kidnapped her from her husband, but that's okay because her husband was actually her dad that she didn't remember she had from way back when. And he was actually having sex with his own daughter because she looked just like his dead wife, who he was told to kill because she was a rat on the family. But he kidnapped her, and he was also sexually abused by her dad/husband. So that he could become big and strong and be the protector of the head of the family. The one I'm reading right now is called Drawn by Dragon Blood in the Dragon in the Bloodborne series. It's a dragon, and he finds his mates, a couple that are already married to each other, and now the husband is feeling all kinds of feelings for the guy they just met, and he's never been gay a day in his life. But he's thinking it might not be that bad to kneel at his knees and get a little mouthful of something. I don't read a lot of level 2 things. You're better off going to fantasy for level 2. I can't promise she's not already past level 2, but I don't know any mafia that doesn't involve sex. Or MC for that matter. Non-sex MC. I mean, they have club bunnies who are just around to supply their needs at all times. You don't want her in a cage, though? I mean, a lot of MC and mafia kind of border on that erotica, like with sex clubs and stuff. Cages are too much. What if it's a big cage? Because, I mean, technically he had her in a cage, but it was the size of the entire room. It just had a lock on the cage door so she couldn't get out. She had her own bathroom in there. Like, full-on big spa bathroom in there. She just had a little cage on the door. Have you read Priest Smut? Because I've read some stuff about the Holy Father. Yeah. Where the priest gets a little dirty. It's literally called Priest. There's a sequel to it too. I mean, he's got needs too. Listen, if the blue aliens can get it on, why not the priest? Steele is like, never again. Never asking for book recommendations. This piqued my interest. Okay, they don't all have cages, but there is a fair amount of sex involved in just about every mafia one. Okay, hold, please. Give me 1 second. I will pull up my mafia category on Goodreads. Let me find it. I know I have one for mafia. There it is. It's got 218 books in it. You just don't want super BDSM stuff? What's the Velvet Kingdom? I'm trying to remember. This one might not be too horrible. It's Velvet Kingdom by B.B. Hamill. She is like a secretary at the office, and he is set to marry, because he's the head of the mafia family, right? Like, he is going to have a arranged marriage, essentially, with one of the other Don's daughters. Except the girl hightails it out of there, but he still needs to get married. And so she is trying to spice up her relationship with her boyfriend. So she's taking like she's in the one office that nobody uses. And she has her like shirt off trying to take like sexy selfies and send them to her boyfriend, but he catches her. And she's like, "Oh my God." And he's like, "Oh my God, how did I not notice how hot she was before?" Anyway, The Sweetest Oblivion. By Danielle Laurie. Get down, cat! Yeah, stop walking all across my Legos. She's such a nerd. She's such a... we're gonna have to put on the door back on this room so she can't get in here. Yeah, that one would probably be good. I don't know how much spice it has. Did you read the reviews? Did anybody say it's like stop? You get up there and I can't get you down. You're knocking whole trains over. Okay, this cat is gonna be. Yeah, so she was secretly pretty, and when she got home that day to her boyfriend, he had in fact packed all their stuff up, both their stuff, and left to go join a cult. He sold all her stuff basically so he could pay to go run off to this cult. Anyway, so her boss approaches her and is like, hey, I have a deal. You're in a city situation. I need to get married. Let's get married. And he's like, and she's Mayan. She just doesn't know it yet. But he'll secretly work her up to it, you know? He'll woo her. So he moves her in his giant ass mansion. And they get married. And she has no idea he's mafia, by the way. Like, not a clue. Not a single freaking clue. He's got to explain that to her. Yeah, it's called Sweet Oblivion by B.B. Hamill. Copy. I said paste your pasta. There you go. But yeah. I think it had less heat than a lot of ones I've read. But still good. Listen, yeah, I'm reading about a guy imagining this guy he's just met taking him and then watching him do his wife. And then, you know, when given permission, joining. Does it? I don't look at any of that. Frankly, I go to the 1-star reviews, and when everybody goes, oh my god, there was too much sex, too much violence, too much cursing, I'm like, yes, I must read this book. Perfect. Sounds perfect. Trigger warnings are funny because I've not met something where I was like, oh, too much. Everything's like, I could get behind that. Now, if I tried it in real life, I don't know if I'd like it, but it's doing it for me anyway. At the one book signing I went to, this author had a shirt on that said, helping make babies since whatever the date was. And she said one of her readers had sent it to her because her books were, you know, and she would get so worked up that she would have to seek relief from her husband, and they got pregnant because of it. So helping make babies since, you know, and it had like the date, like the year she started writing. Yep. Like I said, I like that one, and there's more in that series, I believe. Well, yeah, no pregnancy for me either, but that one's the Rossi crime family, so there are currently 4 books in that series. Each one is about, like, his brothers and cousins and stuff, because he is the head of the family. He's got to, like, you know, that's how you keep the peace or make business arrangements. You marry off. But yes. I always like the joke. They're like, my sister said she's a princess and I should treat her like that. So I married her off to the prince of you know, whatever. Because that's how it worked being a princess. You didn't get a say. You just got married off. You were currency. I don't imagine it's that different now. You have slightly more say, but if needed. Okay, I have it the way so you guys can see it better, but then I'm always afraid I'm going to put a piece on wrong. Okay, there we go. We put these 3 pieces on there. I can look through so a Don is usually Italian. A Don is usually the head of the Italian family, but it's a pecan is the head of like the pecan of like a Russian mafia. And then there's the Irish mafia, and actually Russian ones are the Bratva. They're not called mafia, but it's the same thing. They're a Bratva. Bratva. It's a Bratva. Slight trigger warning. A lot, and I do mean a lot, of the MCs deal with human trafficking. Yeah, you're gonna need a whole glossary. The Costa Nostra is Italian mafia. It's the family. La Costa Nostra. Sticker 34. Okay, not that sheet. This sheet. And then they have like cleaners and fixers. You have like the Don, his like right hand man. There are some ones though where the female is the head of the mafia, and those are really good. Because she also takes no prisoners. There's lots of violence. Also. Caution, warning, violence. I mean, can you be mafia without being violent? Okay, let's see. Number 34. I think this is supposed to be a suitcase because it has GW like Ginny Weasley. Hey, Ringbolt! How are you doing today? The sticker in the can I zoom in? Okay. I couldn't tell precisely you know, which direction they wanted this sticker in, but I figured it out. I just had to zoomy in on the instructions. That's alright. I figured, I was like, I don't think Carrot's here. He must be in multiple streams. I do that often. It's okay. Welcome in, Ringbolt. Okay, I'm just making sure that isn't supposed to be like, you know, poked up into the piece above it. But it doesn't seem as if it's supposed to be. Welcome in, Ringbolt. We are working on the Burrows, the big collector's Burrows set. And talking about books, I think I'm scaring Steele, but she asked for it in her own way. She asked for book recommendations. Something one should never do unless you can get real comfortable with a lot of stuff real quick. I would ask you if you've heard of something else, Steele, but you don't even like those type of books, so chances are you haven't heard of it. Never read the Cinderella ones by she also wrote the vampire one. She died a couple years ago. Why can't I think of her name? But she writes Cinderella ones that are very people. I know several people who said they had to shut the book and be like, "I'm gonna need a minute." Ooh, I saw you doing the mock of the book, of a book, not the book, but you know what I mean. We're building a Weasley. See if I can figure out which one. Bill, I think. Yeah, it looks like Bill Weasley. Yeah, I saw you doing the mock, but I didn't see the actual sets or piece. Words. Ooh, I almost dropped this thing. Yep, just 4 pieces. Built 2 books on stream. That's all right. I've built, no big books. I've built ones where it's 3 little book bricks and it made a book. Bye, Steele. Have fun. So this is Bill. Bill Weasley. We'll set him right there. Like I said, I've only built ones on stream where they're like, take these 3 bricks and pinch them together. And then you do that a couple more times and they're like, look, you made a bookshelf. And I'm like, okay. Or where they have you clip the 2 together and put the one little tiny brick in the middle and you're like, hey, it's a book. That's all right. I count it. I count the mocks. I was just trying to make sure that I was thinking the same thing you were meaning. Welcome in, Kevin! Otherwise, I would have been like, yeah, I totally understand what you mean, and you would have been could have been talking about something totally different than what I was thinking. Because that has happened. I've kind of learned to build some furniture from making different sets. I like when they make the big fluffy armchairs. That's because they're minions. They are enthusiastic. Okay, I'm not sure what this is supposed to be yet. I haven't tried to mock anything or what I mean, build not from Lego instructions anything as of yet. But if I attempt to, I will let you know. I'm frankly just follow the directions. which I know isn't as exciting as Lego could be, but I'm very much just follow the directions. It looks fun, but I don't know how, like, creative, original, I'm not sure which word I want to use. I am to, like, do things like that. Okay, another. Ooh, two more stickers. They both look like this. So we'll go with that. I have, but more in the sense of, like, I don't know how I want to say it. Like, I like that. I like the act of building, but I'm still more like, it's either that or like D&D tavern music. That's pretty much all I play. I was ready for a nap all of yesterday. Okay, let's see if I can get this on here. I feel bad because I do most of the stickers kind of off camera, but I feel like, you know what I mean? Like, if I get too far away from my body, then I'm gonna, like, mess up the sticker placement. So I wind up doing a lot of it, like, close to my body, which I don't know if that makes sense or not, but it feels right, and that's all I can do. Let's see, stream awados. Yeah, I pretty much only play like this or like kind of taverny music that you would expect to hear in like some weird little hobbit tavern. Right. Which, I mean, I sew, so you take like a pattern, but you still have to make it your own. And so you pick fabrics and how they go together, and like then buttons or snaps if they need that, and other things, and then like it's different every time. It's, for me, it's hard to find to like copyright free music that is I like. So yeah, it's usually either the one I got going, or let me find my history. Let's do it this way. It's the roundabout way, but it's the way I'm doing it. Now I gotta scroll down before October. So it's usually this one. And also sometimes it's hard finding ones that are like long enough that they're not just constantly like they're only an hour long. There is a lot, but finding ones I like is a whole nother subject. So like this is the other one I play a lot.
Hate seeing ads? Here's how to get rid of
You
them,
just told
or
me
get
there
paid
was
to
no
see them.
ads, and then
Do you know
here's
how
an
much of
ad.
the content you see on a daily basis are
Skip. Or this. It's medieval Celtic music. 10 hours, no ads. I do find some, but then some are like, are people going to want to listen to that? Because for a while in the beginning, I played more like metal centric. Of course, there were no lyrics, but that type. A lot of like guitars and heavy drums and such. But it's finding ones that are like long. I find a lot that are only like an hour, or they're like a playlist of ones, but then I worry about getting ads in between. And honestly, a lot of times I forget to look until like I'm starting to prep to stream, which I give myself like 15, 20 minutes. But then I start listening to playlists or trying to find a new one, and I don't give myself a ton of time. Which is a me problem, honestly. Yeah, see, that's what I have a problem because I at minimum stream for like 2.5, 3 hours. I mean, today's only 2.5. Had I known earlier her D&D was canceled, I would have started at like 11. But I didn't know until like 11:30 that her D&D was canceled. So yeah, and I worry about that because sometimes YouTube gets in where they like the ads. You know what I mean? Like it just seems like ads popping up a lot. And I was like, nobody wants to listen to that. And I've thought about, I don't know how other streamers do it where they have the music playing, like what is it, Tangier or whatever. You can choose, people can choose the music that play, but I don't know how that works like on a copyright aspect. Is it because they're played through Tangia that it doesn't count because they have bought or like have copyright license for it? Okay. We got our little like window nook area. Okay. I thought that light would help a little bit, but it does and it doesn't. Did I miss a piece? No, I got 2 out when I didn't need to. Right, like that's what I'm wondering, if they just don't use VODs, so it's not an issue, or if like, or do they have it like on another track so that if the Twitch cuts out the music, it's not cutting out their voiceover? I'm not 100% sure like how that works. So listen, it did that the other day. I don't know what is going on with it. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be syncing up time-wise. Hello, Catacane. How are you today? Yeah, it just mutes that part of the VOD. I I have not gotten a copyright strike against me, and I haven't noticed like any like, it'll be marked like red on your VOD, like on the playback of your VOD, like on the bar. It'll be marked like red that they've deleted that part or muted that part. And I don't think I've seen any of that on any of my VODs, but also not 100% sure. But I'm doing okay. We are We are chugging along. Boy Wonder, we're supposed to have a doctor's appointment today. Just like a well checkup. But they called yesterday and said they had to reschedule it because something came up with his doctor. So it got rescheduled to like 2 weeks from now. So, but well, happy birthday. Let me get my little thing out. Man.
Happy birthday!
I'm way too easily entertained. Yeah, that's the sad. Like, I've not had a copyright strike, and I haven't noticed any of that, like, anything blocked out, like on a VOD. Not to say that it hasn't happened, I just haven't noticed it. And nobody said anything to me, so, you know. Look, we made a chair. We were just talking about furniture, and then we made a chair. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dots. Back 3, 4, 5. I hope you're having a good birthday, Devin. That's weird looking, but okay, Lego. In other words, I think that's fine, as it's a VOD and the part gets muted. If it gets muted, the VOD viewers can still. Yeah, you can still see what you're working on. Now, when I put things over onto YouTube, it'll say like copyright something, but then it'll be like doesn't affect stream, like they're not muting it out or anything. So I don't know. And it's not like all the time. So I don't know exactly what they're marking because the video still plays with full audio. I have done a video here and there where I didn't do a VOD and I just played like Pandora and played all kinds of music in the background. But I didn't do a VOD, so it didn't matter. Okay. Oh, they're supposed to be like knitting needles. That's so cool. More stickers. This set has like 38 stickers in it. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure which way is up on the sticker, making sure. And the other way I see it, things is if they are watching the VODs, they should be they can watch your stream even if they can't yeah. Okay, it says hopefully I'm putting this on there right, that they want that like that. Like, I don't know, hiding the chair. Oh, it's the magic knitting. She casts a spell and it's knitting on its own. As I see, it's just something that VOD viewers have to accept at times because they watch the VODs. Right, like if you can't catch the person live for whatever reason, at least you're able to see it in some way. That chair is smushed in there because there's like a door frame, window frame right there. So that chair is like back there in that little nook. Okay, we're gonna move this. Yeah, it's better than not seeing anything, and then when stuff gets brought up, you're like, I don't know, I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, I never know what anybody's talking about anyway, but yeah. It's better than like kind of way back when, you didn't have DVR, you couldn't stream things online, you couldn't pause it. If you missed the TV show, you just missed that episode, and you had to hope later in the season when they ran reruns around Christmas or over the summer that they would play that particular episode and you could catch it then. At least you're able to catch something. So we kind of got this little bit of wall. We're building more wall. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, my kids will never know what it's like to miss a show and just miss it. Be like, oh well, there's nothing you can do about it. They've always been able. I gotta go potty. Pause the show. Yeah, we didn't have that. You peed really quickly during the commercial break, and you hoped you didn't miss anything on the way back. Right? Like, you hoped your sibling or somebody else didn't have to pee at the same time, so that you didn't have to hold it then till the next commercial break. Right? Or like when the internet first came out and somebody in your house would pick up the phone and it would kick you off the internet. We had to explain to the youngest, he wanted to play some kind of game in the car, but it needed internet, and we're like, there's no internet. When he was really young, I mean, he's 14 now, so I mean, he's pretty much only lived in a digital age. But I was like, there's no internet in the car, and he's like, your window says internet, because my car does have the ability to have internet, but I'm not paying that monthly fee. I'm not in the car enough for that to matter. This looks like a dresser. Yeah. You just had to, if you wanted to avoid somebody calling, you had to either not pick up the phone, or like somebody else in your house had to answer the phone, or you just didn't pick up the phone. Like, you couldn't screen people unless you used the forgetting that the instructions are going up down instead of left right. Okay. Put that in. But yeah, so we had to explain to him that there was no internet in the car. And then eventually they came out with hotspots and whatnot. Go. Yeah, but it was very much, what do you mean there's no internet? Like, I mean, we're in the car, there's no internet. So we're gonna have the same kind of windows that we have on that side over here. And then this piece, keeping stuff together. Okay, now this is a whole thing. Sorry, my sleeves keep twisting and it's really bugging me. Just pull those up and out of the way. Okay, I'm gonna have to do the You have 20 of them already. You're gonna have to build some stuff before you need more. Okay. Like I said, start building some. And if you knew that you were going to miss a show, the only way you would be able to record the show and watch it later was, yeah, to hook up your VHS to the TV and record the show. Yeah, or they're like, ew, ads. You have to watch ads. Okay. I listen to a lot of those Am I the A-holes or kind of like Reddit type stories. And this girl messages her friend and is like, "Hey, I got rid of my my Hulu. Can I borrow yours?" And the person's like, "Yeah." And so they do the whole thing where their friend can watch their, and then she starts complaining about how, "Oh, you have the one with ads. Why don't you just pay a little bit more to get the no ads version of Hulu?" And they're like, "Really? You're borrowing my stuff and complaining that I don't spend enough money, but you don't have it at all? The audacity!" Yeah, you'd have to hook up your VCR to record. Yeah, these kids don't know anything about that. Like, and that you could actually watch something so many times that you basically erased it from the tape. Like, it got played so many times it didn't want to work anymore. And then you'd have to beg your parents to just to go out and get another one. Mine was doing the buffering thing yesterday during Carrots and a very Mystic Gaming, whatever. It was doing that, like, where it would kind of like stop and then you have to press pause and play to get it to play again. I don't know. It was being, yeah, the trait gets stretched and it doesn't work anymore. Okay, Crazy, have a good time at training. Okay, let's see. Let's flip it around. Oh, no, I was right. Sorry. No. I know why it looks wrong. Sorry. I'm like, why doesn't it look right? But it's because... Oh, did I not put this on correctly? Sorry. Let me go back to bag 4. Let me look in the book real quick. It almost looks like I put this piece on wrong, but I'm not 100%. So give me just a moment to go back and, you know, do the double checks. Okay, that was this. How did I not realize that earlier? It does want it just one above. Sorry, guys. I don't know. It makes it seem like this is up much further than I've got it. No, it's the right length. And I put it the way they had it. Smooth to the floor. Then this is not... Sorry, guys. I am trying to figure out if I did something wrong or not. Because no, that's the way it looks. Okay, but in here it looks different. Okay, so this is my issue. I'll show you guys why I think I'm doing something wrong. Okay, it's showing this black piece here, like above this, but I am showing it even to that. Like mine is not above like this. Six hours? That's as most as I get any night. I'm lucky if I get 6 hours. See, I'm showing it like even. Did I go wrong somewhere? Because I have it pieced in there like that, and I checked to make sure it is 8 long. Like maybe I just missed something else? Yeah, I'm just trying to piece together if I did something wrong. Okay, I'm gonna peel this up real quick just to check something. Because no, that's like... Because, I mean, they show it this way, but it's still like right below. And when they turn it this way, see? that's where things start to look a little wonky. Because, I mean, looking at the book and up against, like, these pieces here, it is correct. Maybe it's just like one of those angle things, like it looks wrong based on the angle. Okay. Oh, I put this on wrong. That's why. It's supposed to be. When I took it off and then put it back on, I did it wrong. Okay. I'm gonna go with it's one of those depth perception things, you know, based on the angle it looks like it should be different, but it's not. And then I was like, oh, maybe it moves when it does this, but no, that doesn't move that piece. A frost moth is loose in chat. Yeah, I'm gonna say it's just one of those like depth perception-y thingies that is making it look, making me think I'm wrong. We're just gonna go with that. And now I'll just panic until it's correct. Until I'm proved one way or the other. Okay, see you when you come back, if you come back. I know life happens. Okay, so we have this, and then we want to put that here. Which... Okay, yeah. So it must just be like one of those things, because they make the book look like it's kind of leaning, like looking down on it, that it looks like it's supposed to be taller than it is. So we're gonna roll with it. Rad Builds, welcome in, friend. I hope you enjoyed your stream and enjoyed being back. I'm sorry I didn't get to watch. I was helping the boy with the math, which is always a delight. He is currently doing exponential growth and exponential decay in some weird ass formulas that I think my brain just blocked from ever seeing in math before. But welcome in Carrot and welcome in Rad. I hope everybody is having a good week so far. Well, I appreciate the raid. And it's not just my day. Lots of people stream on a Thursday. But I appreciate you thinking of it as my day. And thank you for the sub. 7 months. It hardly feels like it has been that long. Crazies showed up today that it was 14 months. And I'm like, I have not been streaming for 14 months. I've not been an affiliate for 14 months. But apparently I have. It does not feel like I have. But apparently I have. Like I said, I totally appreciate that you think those are my days. Look at those crazy ice guys. Ice Golem. How have things been going with you, Rad? I know the children are all gearing up for their different day. You know, it seems like certain schools only get a couple days off for Thanksgiving, and others get like a whole week off. But I hope you know that you guys are Tabletopia. New event. Oh, that's totally me trying to go one over the one I need to be. Yeah, I know for the longest time at different schools the kids have gone to, it seemed like they got off like Thanksgiving is on a Thursday. So they would have off like the day before Wednesday and then would be back to school Monday. So they really wouldn't get very much time off. But the school the kids go to now, they get off the whole week of Thanksgiving. And they basically get like 3 weeks off for Christmas. Like, it seems like they have almost the entire month of December off for Christmas. It's crazy. Okay, I did that step. But we are currently working on the Burrows, the collector's edition. So it's gonna have lots of funky things because this building doesn't have like really any straight normal walls. They're kind of all wonky. We currently have the flu for flu travel. And I did buy this when they were doing the gift with purchase where you got the extra flu with Lucius Malfoy. So I have that for us to build as well. Okay, I have to turn this towards me or else I'm going to put a brick in the wrong place. Because I can't build sideways. No, he's reading the diary of Anne Frank in English too. So that's been an interesting couple weeks. The boy is anyway. I don't know if Fantasy read it ever. Okay, and about dogs, but he's currently reading it in English, so there's been the talk. But yeah, the kids are like, you know, eagerly anticipating the talk. Oh, well, because we've had the sex talk like 5 million times since they were little kids. To varying degrees, you know, starting off with, you have a pee-pee and your sister, you know, penis and vagina talk and you know, on from there, but yeah. We've had to talk about how people are a-holes. And, you know, this is a great example of it. Nope, one too far forward. We started having varying degrees of the talk from when they were very little, like a couple years old, because it all leads up to the talk. So they used to take baths together because they're only 20 months apart. And so one day it was, why does his look like that? Or why does hers look like that? You know, why doesn't she have a And then so, boys have a penis, girls have a vagina. And then they felt everybody in the commissary needed to know that the next time we went to the commissary. Every person we ran into, they would tell them, hey, do you know you have a penis and girls have a vagina? Or the opposite if it was a woman. So that was a very fun, not fun, trip to the commissary with them screaming the little song they made up all through the commissary. Welcome in, Quack. And then later it was prepping fantasy. It was prepping fantasy for periods. And I didn't want periods to be something that was taboo or to be ashamed about or anything like that. So we talked about it quite openly with both of them. So there was that kind of version of the talk. And of course, they have an older brother, and when he would visit, things would get talked about. And so then, like, a child-friendly version of that was given to them. And but we've always been very, very open about any kind of talk pertaining to sex. So that if they had any questions, they would come talk to us or ask us, versus my friend Jimmy said Jimmy's older cousin told us. I don't want that. You will get the worst advice ever through that. And I grew up with it being a very taboo thing. Like, we did not talk about it. My mother did not talk about having a period. Nothing. It was all very hush hush. Don't talk about it. It's a bad thing. And I think that led to a lot more exploration and bad information on my part than would have been good. So we have tried to be kind of very open with that kind of talk with them. All at appropriate levels, appropriate age conversations. But we also had a very kind of coded talk where, like, tab A goes into slot B. If you get adventurous, slot C. And that you should be clean. You should always clean your privates. And when you are old enough to start doing things with the opposite sex, you should make sure your hands are clean. Fantasy doesn't like people. I mean, she's 16, and she had homecoming not that long ago, and I was like, "Do you have a?" She's like, "Somebody asked me if I had a date," and I went, "Ew!" Oh, that's what it was. Her art teacher, because she helped make the backdrop for the pictures of at homecoming. Like, people could take, like, selfies in front of it and stuff. The art teacher gave her a ticket to homecoming. And she asked, do you need an extra ticket for, like, your boyfriend or a friend? And she was like, ew, I don't have a boyfriend. Ew, I don't like people. Ew. And so in the car, she was telling me about that. And I was like, well, if you wanted to go with someone, whether that someone was a boy or a girl, if you are interested in somebody, that is okay. And we can talk about, you being allowed to go out with that person on dates or whatever. And she's like, Mom, no. I don't like people. People are annoying. So she doesn't like anybody. Of course, by her age, I had like 3 boyfriends already. So she's very different in that aspect than me, but that's okay. She can be different, and comfortable, and we've had the talk about like don't make people pressure you into doing things. If you don't want to, you don't have to. Um, if you do decide to go out with somebody and they're making you feel pressured to do things, then you shouldn't date that person anymore, because that's not okay to force you to do things you don't want to do, that you're not comfortable doing. You know, like peer pressure is bad all around, but you should never make somebody that you're interested in that way feel like you have to do something, or that I'm going to break up with you if you don't do it. Well, then break up with me. And I know that is easier said than done at that age. There's a lot of pressure all around. But I try to make them to be open so that they can come to me, to Crazy, whoever, you know, so they don't wind up feeling pressured into something they don't want to do. I don't know about brave. You just got to do it, because it's life, and the opposite or other option for that is that they get wonky information, and I don't need wonky information in my house. I mean, you remember being a teenager and all the nonsense you heard, like just the most asinine things. You're like, that can't be true. But also because your parents, or at least for me, my mom made it seem like such a thing we don't talk about, that I wasn't going to go and ask her things. Welcome in, Ghosty. Welcome in, Cass. Thanks for the worky lurky. That's all right. Welcome in. Right? And so much access to the internet now, which is bound to give all kinds of information. Some good information, because you don't have to feel embarrassed to ask your parents, but then also some questionable information. So we try to be, open with them. And I am probably like, I'm sure there are some people who think the talk I have given is not right, because a lot of people give when two people love each other really, really, so much, they get married and then they have a kid. One, I think it would kind of be hypocritical for me to give a statement like that, because I had a kid while I was still in high school. I definitely wasn't married. So, but I gave them was when two people like each other, maybe lust, not even like. Hopefully you're not drunk and you can remember the other person's name. That act does not always accompany love. So yeah, we've given the when you maybe kind of like someone, would I prefer for you to wait until you're in love? Yes, but that's assuming that you're going to get married, Okay, I'll see you when/if you come back. Do all your post-streamy things. Take care of yourself. But I think the talk is it's one of like the harder things you do as a parent. I don't know if anybody else in here has has kids and had to have the talk. If you have pointers, I am open to them. Or how your parents gave you the talk, you know? Let's see. Like I said, I'm sure my version of the talk did not win everybody's approval, but I wanted it for them to be, or it was important for me for them to understand that act one should be done with somebody you feel comfortable with and not pressured into, but also that it doesn't always happen when you're head over heels in love with somebody. Like, you're teenagers. Teenagers do those things. You're very hormone driven. Oh, I put that one on backwards. More of that trying to build from a different angle. And that's where I mess up. So, we put that piece on there, and I think it's even... Pushed too hard. Maybe just like that. Okay, it says... Okay, there we go. I just must have had it slightly off last time. Okay, that is the end of book 1. We are on to book 2. So... let me see if I can erase just a little bit of this code. Let me... I only bookmarked the first book of the Burrows, but there are 3 books, so let me go back and get this second book. Delete bookmark. Bookmark. Set. Okay. Okay. So, we are on bag 8, which will be our last bag for today. And this looks like we're Charlie Weasley. So we built Bill earlier, and this looks like it's gonna be Charlie. Let me... But yeah. All the weird things you guys stumble in on in my chat, I don't know if I should be sorry and apologize or just be like, it's here. But also, my way of raising my kids is not the only way to raise your kids. for every child there's another way to raise them. Like, there's no right or wrong way. I mean, don't beat them and don't drug them, but overall there's not, don't abuse them. There's not really a right or wrong way. And you can do one thing with one kid and then you try it with your next kid. You're like, because I got a method, and that doesn't do anything to that kid. They're like, yeah, no, I don't care. So, like, you almost need a different method for each kid. Or at least that's what it feels like sometimes. Okay. Got Charlie's legs and his body. And all these minifigs we've built so far have had, like, the dual heads, one head in the front, one head in the back. And Charlie has an egg. Is it a dragon egg? It doesn't tell me, but I would really like to pretend it's a dragon egg. And how is this supposed to hold on? It doesn't really fit. Am I pushing? Kind of, making it unlevel? Maybe. Hold his little minifig arms steady. Ah, there we go. There we go. So Charlie has an egg, and we're going to pretend it's a dragon egg. We'll set him here for now. But we're just going to pretend it's a dragon egg. Even if it's not. They don't say, so we can pretend it's whatever we want. Okay, so we want this one back here. And this one there. Black on top of gray. Next to there. Ooh, we have stairs. 2 sets of stairs. I feel like I talk about kids a lot, but I have 2 of them. They are a big part of my day-to-day. As much as I try to have, like, a personality, life, whatever, outside of them, they are a big part of my day-to-day. So it's hard to talk about anything, without them coming up. So. And parenting advice is, I don't know, I don't really try to give parenting advice so much as tips because Lord knows you get enough unsolicited parenting advice from everybody and their grandma. Like Joe Schmo, while you're out at the mall, who has no kids, by the way, really wants to let you know that they think you should do this with their kids. Or if they had kids, they'd never do that. So when we were stationed in Inglis when my oldest was like really young. Like I think we moved there and he was like 6 months old. Little over 6 months old. And when he was old enough to walk, I had him at a shopping center with one of those hornet monkey backpack things on with the leash. And she was like, "Oh my God, your child is on a leash." And I was like, "No shit, Dick Tracy. I would never put my child on a leash. Do you have children? Well, no, then you have no idea what you'll do. Because you haven't had chase after 2-year-old till you were out of breath and exhausted and they were still going. So I don't really care what your opinion about my child on a leash is." Like, when you've had to chase after one all day, we can have a conversation about how I'm still going to do this, but a lot of people who don't have children or who had children a long time ago or just like people your age would love to give parenting advice. I don't give parenting advice. I said, hey, I do this with my kids. You can try it, you can not, whatever. Like, no two kids are the same. The stuff just doesn't work. Okay. We're doing our roofie pieces. Come on, get on that. I also try to be very real and objective about parenting. Like, if you are not 100% willing to, like, you know, come in dead last for a significant amount of time and do all kinds of things you don't want to do, don't become a parent. Like, is parenting great? Yes. A lot of my top memories I look back on and they're things to do with my children, but at the same time, so are a lot of my worst memories. Like, like some people make parenting seem like the best thing on the planet and that you are extremely selfish if you don't want to have children. And I think kind of the opposite. It's very unselfish to not have children. To know that about yourself and oh well, it's selfish that you don't want to commit that time to raising. No, it's not. Do you know how many people have children who wind up in foster care or whatever else because you have children? That is what you do. It's far better to not. It's better to know those things about yourself and be comfortable with them than to be miserable or you know because the truth is, it's not just the next 18 years of your life. They are your kids for forever. After 18, yes, you don't have to be, I don't want to say as present, but you don't have to remind them to pick up their clothes or clean. You know what I mean? Like, you should have given them all those things to make decisions on their own before that. Capabilities to know and things. And they should be able to come ask you, but your whole life doesn't have to evolve around them. But they are still your children for forever. Okay. More steps. That in this case aren't being used as steps. Why does that not seem right? Oh, I know why. Silly me. I went one in from the piece underneath this instead of one in from the steps. You know, the edge of the steps. Okay, fine. We'll do it this way. It'll still work. There we go. That's better. Okay. 2 red, you and me. That said, however, comma, if you have children and you want to talk because you're frustrated because kids are frustrating, I am but a Discord or whisper away. I am more than willing to listen to frustration and that. And chances are, even if you don't want advice, you know, I'll be a listening ear. And if you want advice or tips, as I like to call them, then I can give you a few. And if not, that's fine too. Kids are very frustrating. I'm not gonna lie. It's just me. Oh no, dinosaurs! But I'm flying. I don't know if they... Oh, they can't attack flying. Never mind, I'm gonna die. Bronze? Meeple mage skin? It's a meeple. I'm not sure what a meeple is. I know what a sheeple is. Now, go kill 3 bishops. Place people in the thing. Okay. We can do one more battle. Let's do. There we go. Okay. Do this. dump these out because there's not very many left. I thought one of those pieces was rolling. Was not. Okay, so this above there. Anybody have any fun plans for the weekend? Even if fun is sleeping all weekend, that's still fun. It's fun to you. I don't think we're doing anything. Again, I'm just gonna dump those. Come on. I say, don't feel like it's clicked. And it wasn't. There we go. Okay. That was it for bag 8. So, we are roughly here for, I would say, like the front-ish. And I just want to double check that I didn't miss a piece earlier. Okay, it wasn't in this one. I put this piece on like they said, but I wanted to make sure I didn't miss like a dot somewhere, but no, I don't think I did. Because they put one over here, but putting one over here has or over here there was a different piece, like they put it a different way, so that's probably why. But this is the front, you know, and the sides roughly look the same. They have this kind of stuck out window, but then on the inside we have our little kitchen-y area, and we have this chair over here where the magic knitting needles are knitting with nobody doing the knitting, and we have our flue. And then we have our little pigsty, which we haven't attached yet. But we have our little pigsty with our watering can and a slop bucket. And we have about 30 minutes. We could... Is this the right one? Nope, that's not the right one. I know I talked about having the extra flue. We could build that if I have it in here. Here it is. So this is the gift with purchase, which is the extra flue. And I was saving it because I wanted to you know, like build it in conjunction with this. I didn't want to, you know, didn't want to just build it. Let me put my stickers back before I lose them, or so I don't lose them. But this is only 190 pieces. So we can build this with our extra time. And normally on Thursdays I am on a little bit longer, but Fantasy's D&D got canceled, which means she needs to be picked up at regular time. So I'll have to end at 2:30 today. But like I said, we have about a half an hour and this set isn't very big. So let's dump this out. And in the last week or so, Kitty has really figured out how to climb all the shelving and become a complete and utter nuisance in this room. So I think we're gonna have to put our... We had taken the door off because the sunroom is like an addition to the house. So it had a door, like, you know. So we had taken it off, but with the way she won't stop climbing all the shelving, I think we're gonna have to put the door back on. I hope this is the stick they mean. I don't know. I'm gonna guess that it is. But there's Lucius. But she's been like taking Lego pieces and running off with them, or just knocking stuff over by climbing all over stuff, so not great. So we're gonna put a red and or a black and a green dot in here. And then we're gonna put a flat top on there. A wild graveler has appeared. And I had tweezers. Oh, there they are. Sticker number 2 already. Oop. There we go. It looks just like a fancy box lid. And that goes with Lucius. And we want this piece and the cup. This piece with 2 prongs. There. This. And this. So I have the Burrows that they released a couple years ago as well. But this one is going to have to go like on the top shelf because it's supposed to be 18 inches tall. So I don't want to put it next to it because, you know, that top level shelving is premium shelving because there isn't as much of it. And so I think I'm just going to put it like directly underneath of it so they're still near each other. But I'm not losing, you know, valuable top. And we are in ads. sticker number 4, which is like a spider web, like a clear. It's on a clear sticker. It's a spider web. Oh, I see. Like a fireplace guard. Turning. I think that's a coin. I think this is supposed to be like a candlestick. And then this is supposed to be like a bust. They want it kind of angled there. Then another skelly face. We have a skeleton in a jar. Skeleton head in a jar. I wasn't sure if I was going to save this for like a community build or whatever, but I also kind of wanted it built with in conjunction to the Burrows, so. Some flue gems. Really, it looks like kind of like flames when it's done. gonna set that off to the side. We want 1, 2 of you. 1 of you, 1 of you. And you. Sorry, and 2 of you. So we're going to visit friends for Thanksgiving. Right near Omaha, Nebraska. I don't know if anybody is near there or anything like that. But if you are and you would like to meet up somewhere obviously public, we can see about that. And now we get to do it again. Come on. So we have 2 pieces like that now. Then we got our flue turning things. Put this on. And they can go up and down the flue, and it looks like it goes on for forever. Okay, this is pretty tall now, so let me, tall enough that it's kind of weird to look at it overhead. Let's see, 2 of you, 2 of you, and you, and you. to the outside, line to the inside. There we go. Okay. So it looks like that there. Then like this. There we go. Now legs behind. Then that across. A wild muck is loose in chat. And that in front. And the third bag. Like I said, this wasn't very big. I could have drug it out more, but it is what it is. Okay. Two of those. 1, 2. 3 and 4. 1, 2, 3. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so one of these, one of these. And it wants us to do that twice. So okay, and then like this. So we're like that now. Okay. Here and this. Muck escaped. Okay, so half, other half, cap, and then this. Okay, so it wants this in here, this on there, on top. Oop, I put the knob on upside down. There we go. And this. There we go. On top of there. So on this one, it's on top. then another way on front. There's that. Got about 2 minutes left in our stream, Raiders. If you want to pop a single player in there, single, I don't know what, soldier, whatever you want to call him. There we go. So you have that sticker on there. Across the front, sides, and then right in the center there. No, this one. Doodle-doos. I don't know. There we go. That's better. Let's see. It's just me again, so I'll run it, but I don't have high hopes. I mean, I did put my Phantom out, which is better than what I used last time, but again, not crazy high hopes. Did this roll off somewhere? It's not still in the bag. Oh, there it is. Kind of underneath my... I did win. Go me. Let's do level. Upgrade our warrior. Upgrade our warrior again. And that must have took us below the amount of money to do the other one. But like I said, that was our last one. Okay, here we go. We need to put the gem in the bottle on the mantle, dot on there, this on there. on there. Throw this sticker paper away. Oregon and Burks. So it says Bergen and Burke established 1863, and then there's like BB on that sticker. Put that back in there so I don't lose it. Let's set that off there for a moment. I bet this is going to be like the back of it to cover up, yep, to cover up all its insides. Oop, this way. Okay, and then it says this can clippy into the side here. And then we put Lucius on the flue elevator stand. Right. And we turn. I think it's his hand. Yep, it was his hand. So this is that gift with purchase that came when you bought the. If you bought the Burrows like right when it came out, they had the gift with purchase. This is the little extra flue set. So I'm just gonna set Lucy's little box, you know, right there. But yeah, this is the extra flue set. I got it. So I was planning on getting something else, but then when our anniversary rolled around, this set came out, and I was gonna put it off. But then the gift with purchase came with this little extra flue and the Weasley's family clock thing that is more like a magnet, but still nice. So I got this instead. So technically I got this for our anniversary, and I'm obsessed with the fact that it looks like that the pieces go on for forever, even though it's, you know, only 2 little pieces long. But yeah. So this will get set, you know, near the Burrows on my shelves. Somewhere up at the tippity toppity. But yes, I'm really liking it. It's got a ton of cool, like this is the Burrows part that I've done. I haven't done a ton of it, but I put Harry on there, and you know, he disappears up into the tippy top. And 2 of the minifigures in this set of the Weasley, they're the Weasley brothers, but 2 of them have never been released in a set before, so that's cool. This is probably the only way to get them as of right now. And then it's got, like, it talks about in the beginning of the book, of the instructions, you know, it has those couple pages of, like, tidbits about the set, that parts of the Burrows that aren't like shown in the film, like Ginny's bedroom and the bathroom and stuff, they took creative license and made them visible in this set. So you'll get an idea about like Ginny's bedroom and the bathroom, and the bathroom's supposed to have a tiny little rubber ducky. But you know, just kind of neat little tidbit fact things. So I'm really enjoying it. I'm trying to like stretch it out, and I'll fill in the time with other stuff, you know? Whether that be video games or smaller stuff. Like, I want to build the library gift with purchase too, so maybe, like, when there's extra time at the end of the stream and I built that flue today, I'll build that another day, or we'll do some diamond dots, or that's what we did on Tuesday. I did Kaz's ugly sweater diamond dot thing to send her, and Laura's. That's what we did on Monday or Tuesday with the extra time. So there's other stuff that I can do in that like meantime to kind of stretch out this build, but I'm sure some people like that and some people don't, but it's what I'm doing. Let's find somebody to stream in or raid into, not stream into. Words are hard today. GH is on. Yeti is on. There's obviously other people on, but Boo just got back. Bread is on. Binda's on. I know. Normally I do stream longer on a Thursday till like 4 o'clock. But, and then Fantasy has D&D after school, and Crazy picks her up on his way home. But it got canceled today, so I have to be in the pickup line to get her. So, it is Boo for me too. But you know, you guys can always hit me up on Discord if you want to play a game together or just want to chat, whatever. You guys can always hit me up on Discord. It is, you know, down at the bottom on the links. It's pinned. I think even if you do exclamation Discord, if I, you know, can type, that should be my Discord if you're not already in it. But you know, it's. You can always hit me up other ways. But let's see, who do we want to raid into? I think we'll raid into Yeti. Let me pull it up so I can get the raid thing. I'm gonna go to stream ending. Let's see. And then I always just start scrolling and I'm not looking at the right thing to tell me who's who, you know. I guess we should see. I didn't see Yeti on there. She must have just got off because now she's not on the list anymore. Okay, never mind. Not Yeti. That's all right. Let's see. We'll go into GH. Let's see how long he's been on. Binda's been on for about 16 minutes, so he's an option too. Oh, almost 2 hours, but that's okay. Let's start raid. Then press the right buttons. And make the chatty chat thing. Thank you all for coming and hanging out today and chatting, playing Stream Raiders, just lurking. I know I stream during the day, so that, you know, got worky lurkies, which I am completely okay with. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out in any way. I know sometimes I have to just click on somebody and then I'm there, but I'm not really there. So I appreciate it when you guys, you know, do the same for me. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will see you Sunday at normal time. Are you streaming tomorrow, Rad? I know Crazy streams, but I'm often in more than one person's stream, like hanging out. If you're gonna stream tomorrow, I'll try to pop in, or I will pop in. Words. But yes, have a great weekend. I know everybody's probably kind of prepping a little bit for the upcoming holiday at the end of the month. Starting at 11? Yeah, that's my same time zone.